Pop YouTube, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be walking y'all through a more in-depth of my trade breakdown from today and literally the trades that I take every single day. This trade was a legit copy and paste of my A plus setup, my A plus model. And I really just want to really break it down for y'all so y'all can really grasp some understanding of how simple it can really be and all you have to do within the chart. So I'm gonna draw out essentially exactly what I look for. So first we'll have some type of imbalance. We trade into it. We trade into this imbalance now. This is a higher time frame imbalance, by the way. We trade into it. I wait for the imbalance to get tapped, then I wait for price to show me that sign of reversal, change in the state, inversion for value gap, whatever the case may be. Inside of the higher time frame imbalance, I enter my trade and we go long from there. This can be a 5-minute, a 15-minute, a 30-minute, an hourly, a 4-hour, daily, a weekly, whatever the case may be, because price is fractal. I have a video on that. If you guys do not understand what fractal price really means, go to my channel. I have a video explaining the whole thing. But yeah, price is fractal. So whatever time frame this is on, I am going to execute and I'm going to capitalize. This is literally it. Wait for the higher time frame balance to get pulled back into, changing the state, inversion for value gap, whatever the case may be. I enter long or short. This can be for long or short. And I just execute like that. So it's going into today. I did the same exact thing. I'm going to show you the exact trade that I took. So as y'all can see right here, we formed this 5-minute imbalance on NQ. We also had an SMT in this imbalance. Now, ES did not pull back this low. ES was still showing a lot of strength. So now keep in mind, we have an SMT, a higher time frame imbalance, and overall sentiment on the day is bullish. We are at all-time highs. Price has been rallying. So obviously that is another thing to keep in mind. And then from there, because the 5-minute is aligned with the 15-second, I zoom into the 15-second and I wait. I see we have this imbalance right here. This is my number one thing I want to see. We have equal highs resting at the imbalance. I know that we're going to revisit it. It is a matter of whether or not we get the change or state of this, the change in the state. So right here, we get the change in the state. First bullish sign. Hit the change in the state. Now, if you want to, you can just enter straight off of this. I wouldn't it'll get you a better risk to reward. However, just me personally, I do like to wait just for extra confirmation. Getting full confirmation for me is just a lot better. Avoid some losses. I don't really need to, catch the biggest moves per se. But you could have just entered initially off this change in the state after we respected this order block right here, respect the order block that aligned with the fair value gap, and we are still holding the bullish fair value gap with the SMT that price is already respecting. So this could have been an entry. I didn't take it. I waited a little bit longer. I'll show you my exact entry. All right, here we go. So this is where I got in my full position at right here. Stop was at this low right here, and I was targeting this box, which aligns with Asia dealing range. Asia dealing range was my main target. Now, what I do kind of regret from this trade is that I didn't leave runners. With us being at all-time highs, it is definitely very good to leave runners, especially when you're in the long, because you don't know how far price is going to pump to. I definitely should have left at least 3-4 contracts to run on this position, especially once I took my initial profit. But you live and you learn. It's no here nor there. So we got enter long right here, literally pull back into the 5-minute, got the change in the state, invalidated the bearish imbalance, and I initially just targeted this high. It's as simple as that. This was a 3.62 risk to reward. Now with this trade, what I did do, I capitalized a lot more because as I got more confirmation, I pyramided. So once we got this essential move right here, this is where I went break even at. And I also pyramided in my position because we then invalidated this 2-minute imbalance. So then I pyramided again. I pyramided into the position. There we go. I don't even know why I just did that. It don't matter. I pyramided into the position though. Once we got that V-shaped recovery after respecting the 2-minute imbalance, which is a very good sign. We have all this buy side above us. I was 100% confident in this trade. My stop was at break even still because of where my entry was filled at. Or no, I'm lying. My stop was, I was now risking. So initially I was risking $300 on this trade. My initial risk was 300. After I pyramided, my fill got adjusted to around this low. Stop was at this low. New risk was about 250. So I'm risking less to make more. And that is the beauty of pyramiding and understanding how the market moves, because I'm not just gonna fully, pyramid just off this initial. This isn't enough for me to want a pyramid. Yeah, price is moving in my direction, but we haven't actually given me another model to where I can be confident in adjusting my stop. Because just because we come up this high, as y'all can clearly see, price can easily just reverse back. Price can easily just stop me out, especially because this was a bearish imbalance that we were respecting. That we were in, yeah, we were internally respecting it. So could have easily got stopped out. So I waited to pyramid. My stop once we got this right here, I moved my stop to this 1 minute low. Almost got stopped out. Thankfully I didn't. It was like a $70 risk. I really wasn't tripping on it just because we did have an SMT still, SMT at the highs, and then also we are coming out of a bearish imbalance. So if price is gonna respect this, we're gonna obviously come to respect it. I'm gonna get stopped at anyway, and I like to mitigate my risk as best as possible, especially on positions like this. Day before holiday, NFP, wonky price action. You don't really want to be, allow yourself to be subjective to, a certain amount of risk. This varies by, entry. This varies by the trader, because some people do say, just accept the risk. But at the same time, I do like to mitigate. I like to manage my positions to the best of my abilities. And usually this does work in my favor more than it doesn't. But it's really up to you though. You have to learn yourself, learn your system. But it's as simple as that though. Wait for the change in state, pyramid when you can. We had another model, which is this is another model I would take. 2 minute inversion fair value gap, stop at the low, targeting SD. Super fine with pyramiding right there. As y'all can see, we did slow up a little bit. Almost got stopped out. Then prices skyrocketed to my target. Took all off right there. We did have 10 a.m. news. I didn't really want to hold through that. But I think how I would have managed this better was just I was in 15 MNQ contracts. I would have taken off probably 10 to 12 right here. Left the other three. Trail my stop to this low at first. Then as we got this recovery, I would have then moved my stop to that low. See if I got stopped out or not. Would have never got stopped. Price would have continued to continue and would have been able to manage that trade a little bit better. But y'all get the idea. Y'all see, what I did right, what I did wrong with this trade, and then how simple it is. You just wait for a change in state. You have a draw on liquidity. You have an imbalance that gets pulled back into, and you wait for the reaction of it. This can be on the 5 minute, the 30 minute, the hourly, whatever the case may be. And this is how you can take advantage of the market and how we actually move, because the market only goes up or down. This is how the market moves. You can take advantage of it very simply. This happens, just about every day, multiple times a week. You can take advantage of setups just like this. Yeah, buy side resting above us as well. Like very clean A+ model today. Very, very happy with how it turned out. And this is literally what I look for every single day. Same exact thing. If not this, the V shape, like we had multiple A+ setups within this entire model. We had a V shape recovery after pulling back into an inversion fair value gap. Respected the order block right there. Like that gave me all the confirmation in the world. And that is exactly how I look for trades. You find a drawing liquidity. Drawing liquidities can rest at these bigger wicks. Asia dealing range. I haven't really spoken about that too much, but Asia dealing range is essentially when you go to Asia and you just mark out standard deviation of it. Marking out SD of the Asia session, usually we do respect it. Well, as y'all can see, once we did tap it, we did have a slight reaction from it, so it is a thing. Back test it, do what you got to do, learn it more, do your homework on it. But once you really understand Asia dealing range, it gives you more of an idea of drawing liquidity. Can be very strong. It is very useful if you use it correctly. So yeah, had Asia dealing range above us, a lot of resting buy side, SMT at the lows, pulling back into a 5 minute after price was already super bullish. NFP came out bullish. I didn't really expect to see us come all the way down to these data lows, especially once we took data highs off open. I didn't really expect to see that. So yeah, or we been took data highs. I'm tripping. We took data highs already a while back, so I didn't really expect to see us come all the way back to that low. Wanted to see a rebalance to continue higher. And that's what we got. So yeah, that is essentially what I look for every day. That is how I trade in the most simple form possible. Just wait for an imbalance, have a draw on liquidity in favor of that imbalance, wait for the pullback, and then wait for the internal reaction. Wait for price to tell you that we're ready to react. I didn't go long in any of these candles right here. I waited until price showed me it was ready. Price showed me it was ready right here. That's where I took my entry and I capitalized. Simple as that. Very good trade today. Very happy with how it turned out. I appreciate you for watching. Hope you learned something. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do have a free Discord coming for y'all very soon. I appreciate all the support that we have been receiving. Y'all have been showing me so much love. We've doubled our subscriber count in the past 2 weeks, or the past month. The likes have been going crazy. Comments. I appreciate everything. I really do appreciate it all. I want you to know that. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I appreciate all of y'all. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace out.